There. Girl, eat this candy corn.
Did you know that 15.9 million kilograms of candy corn is made every year in the United States? That's 9 billion of these sugary treats. How did this kernel-shaped candy become so popular? Why was candy corn associated with chicken feed? How did sugar rationing in the 1940s affect this treat? And why did it become so popular on Halloween? Leave your guesses in the comments, and by the end of the video, you'll know the answers. If you're not familiar with candy corn, let's take that first bite together. But before you sink your teeth in, you might notice a pleasant and comforting smell of vanilla. Okay, go ahead, bite down. Your taste buds should get coated with a sweet, buttery soft texture. As it melts away, it leaves a lingering nutty and aromatic flavor like marzipan and toasted marshmallow. Whew, oh my God, that's sweet. Wow. Okay. To trace the history of this candy, we have to go back to the 1880s. I'm just as surprised as you are. An employee at Wonderly Candy Company in Philadelphia in the US, named George Renninger, crafted the recipe. His confectionery delight was quite simple. A combination of sugar, corn syrup, fondant, and marshmallow gave rise to the buttercream candy we know today. In 1898, the Goelitz Confectionery Company, known today as Jelly Belly, recreated the recipe and mass-produced it. We'll get into the details of how it's made later, but now, let's clear up its connection to chicken feed. You'll be relieved to know that candy corn never got fed to chickens. It was just called chicken feed. Why? Half of the American working population were farmers, and corn grain was the primary feed for chickens. The candy had a cool name and got packaged in a little wooden box with a rooster on the logo. And the demand for the candy skyrocketed. But the real explosion in candy corn's popularity took place a little over 40 years later, leading us to the sugar rationing. The wartime sugar rationing was lifted after World War II ended, and the Goelitz Confectionery Company used this to their advantage. That October, they launched a massive advertising campaign. That leads us to Halloween. My favorite day! Sorry, brings out the witch in me. The candy's harvest colors and low cost made it the perfect choice to hand out to trick-or-treaters all around the U.S. 7 decades later, it's still one of the most popular treats on Halloween. So, how do they make candy corn? The process hasn't changed much in the past 100 years. Well, except that machinery makes it instead of workers passing buckets down a conveyor belt. The factories place candy molds on the conveyor belt. Each mold contains cornstarch to help keep the mixture in place. Then, the white syrup is added, creating the tip of the candy. Then a portion of orange goes in. Finally, the mold gets topped off with the yellow syrup. The candy needs to cool off for 24 hours to harden. Then the molds are emptied into a big sifter that shakes off all the cornstarch. Now it's time for the final touch. The candy is put into a large steel drum, and a factory worker pours confectioner's glaze over the candy corn, giving it that shiny and waxy appearance. The taste of candy corn is a divisive subject among many Americans. Each year when the spooky season comes around, the candy corn debates heat up. People who love candy corn's taste delight in their Halloween binge. And the others, who sometimes describe it as Satan's earwax, toss it in the garbage. The popular website candystore.com stated that candy corn is the worst Halloween candy of 2021 after it surveyed 20,000 people. Ironically, Alabama, Idaho, Iowa, Michigan, Nevada, New Mexico, and Rhode Island put this treat at the top of their lists of Halloween favorites. Those 7 states can't possibly be responsible for eating all 9 billion candy corns produced in the U.S., can they? Can they? Wait, can they? Or is there a large group of Americans hiding in closets and too embarrassed to be seen scarfing down their sugary shame? Candy corn is firmly rooted in American society. It even has a national day. Be sure to mark October 30th on your calendar so you remember to celebrate National Candy Corn Day. Are any other foods worthy of their own day? What about another food that can spark a debate like candy corn does? We have the answers on more episodes of Origins of Food.